Welcome to I'm Your Target Demographic, and welcome to our series Lore, where we're looking at fantasy creatures and races and where they came from and their evolution into mainstream media and where we see them now. So this video is something that I'm interested in, and that is kind of the progression of the genie and the jinn, and where did that come from, and the bases in real life religion and mythology into the genie and the lamp that a lot of us know. So let's dive into the history of genies. We're going to start broadly. The general term genie has evolved from what we call Jinn, or sometimes with a silent D, like Jinn. Sometimes this is meaning a general demonic or evil being, but many also believe that Jinn can be good or bad, as if Jinn might almost be a term for a powerful entity that might include things like angels and demons. Some people believe that jinn are a third category, more powerful than humans, but still reliant on God for salvation. Across religions and mythologies, this might differ wildly. Typically, the jinn appear as elementally tied to air, such as the cartoon version of the genie that we know from Aladdin. Now, a lot of people connect jinn and genies in general to the lamp and the idea of wish granting. This isn't really tied to reality or mythology, but rather old folk tales that share the story of a jinn captured and granting wishes. This origin is actually complicated, as the story that is supposedly Arabic in nature was translated, and we may have gotten our idea of genies from a French translator who took some liberties. We also have the Ifrit, or sometimes Ifrit. This phrase originated in pre-Islamic mythology and Islamic scripture, with the Ifrit appearing as a demonic being to interrupt the prayers of the Prophet Muhammad. Across the Quran, Ifrit and Jinn are mentioned almost 30 times. In Egyptian lore, the Ifrit is an apparition, like a spirit, wandering through places like cemeteries, and is believed to be a part of one's soul left behind. While the Jinn has evolved to be related to air, and often just a wisp of smoke, the Ifrit is a flame elemental, fiery and much more typically demonic in appearance. The terms Ifrit and Jinn can be complicated and interchanged, but the idea of a powerful spirit being remains the same. We then get the name Marid, which in Arabic has ties to words like demon and giant, but it doesn't appear in mythology the same ways as the terms Jinn and Ifrit do. Marid seems to be a much more modern invention, as the water elemental type of genie appearing in books such as The City of Brass, the Fairyland franchise, and in the game Dungeons & Dragons. If it was tough to figure out the origin of Marid, it's even harder to do with Tao. In some fiction, Tao is the earth elemental type of genie. It seems almost exclusive to Dungeons & Dragons, but is starting to blend into other fiction. Even the name Tao doesn't have any sort of Arabic origin, so it seems to just be an invention to cover the elements traditionally missing from the other genie types. I mentioned the story of Aladdin and the lamp, but genies pop up in other franchises as well, such as an important wish featured in the Witcher series. Sometimes they grant wishes and seem generally helpful, while other stories have the genie contort the wishes to always cause the wisher harm. The Ifrit appears as a summon in the Final Fantasy series, retaining its fiery demeanor. In other fantasy settings, these races are pretty common, usually as Jinn or Ifriti. Where else have you seen these creatures show up? What other types of fantasy creatures might you be interested in discussing? Let me know in the comments, and hopefully you found this interesting.